Gyrocopter's still in the pool, by the way.
I don't think Gyro's actually
a good matchup for Gyro.
Yeah, Viper and Drow kind of wreck him, I think.
He's good with Vacuum. He's decent with Rubik in lane. So there's definitely some
More
merit.
to like, stop the push with the big
Any
team
chance
fight.
of a life stealer? Good old Queen of Pain bombs into the Drow Disruptor.
It's good against Drow. It's not good against Viper. Wait.
Whoa.
Do they ever play Wisp?
I've seen EP do this a couple, like not leading up to the qualifiers. They played Wisp once or twice. But
So who's the core?
I mean, Shaker offlane, I think,
offlane,
is...
yeah.
Okay. Go solo mid Wisp, come on.
That would be fun to see. No lie, for a third game.
Well, this is another pocket strat, right, from Energy Pacemaker.
You got, like,
I don't think I've seen them pick Wisp.
You gotta guess, man.
20 seconds.
Spectre.
Okay.
Let's go.
I will say Jug.
Let's go my wings.
We're just...
Oh, okay, we're both wrong. We all lost.
But
That's
this is a
actually a
great
nice
pick.
pick.
Yeah, this is a great pick.
That's pretty good.
Is it that good against Disruptor, though?
No, it's not good against Disruptor. I think it's good against Drow. I think it does decently against Viper. It's a little bit... It's a special matchup, and he
it does,
owns Wisp.
Yeah, it does well against everything else, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the Disruptor.
So, I think it's pretty good.
Okay. And...
It's good with Darkseer. We forgot to mention that. Iron Shell on Slark is godlike. So, if they can get a good early game off that... Was that the carry they played when they stomped the Drow strat?
Yes.
Yes, I think they picked Slark in that game too.
The
But
game
now-
ended when he pounced into the Roshan pit with double Iron Shelled on. And that was it.
But you have to kind of assume now that maybe EP want to go aggro, right? Because you see Slark picked. And they already have Viper, Drow, and Wisp, so I think there's a really good potential that EP just to completely punish this pick in lane.
They could do that, I guess. I could see that safe lane Shaker against...
Shaker's not really ideal here for. I guess you could 1v1 in mid.
No, you don't even have to. You don't have to try lane. You just have to put like maybe just Viper, Wisp bottom or something like that, or just any like off lane dual lane with range.
I don't think that's
probably
enough against Rubik Lina.
Okay.
Well, because if you catch a telekinesis, it's actually a kill. Telekinesis into pounce into Lina stun. Wisp can't
Maybe
deal
you
with that.
do need a third hero, yeah.
So if they put Shaker top, he's one-on-one against Darkseer. That's an awful matchup. Mid would be, in that case, be Quap versus Viper. I guess that's Viper. Or unless, well, if they run the aggressive trial, I guess it's Quap versus Drow.
Yep.
That's okay for Drow, I think. So, I mean, they could try it. I think the Shaker will have a hard time, but it might be worth it in the end if they can shut down the Slark.
Alright, this is the final game between Wings and EP. I don't think a lot of us expected EP to make it to game 3, but hey.
Gods and I actually both said 2-1 Wings.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
How does it...
didn't say it. Cinder and I didn't say it.
How does... Well, Sin's been 100% on with his predictions today.
That is
Where are
true.
you at?
So I'm going to call Wings.
Okay.
Yeah,
just to keep up my streak.
Wings OP.
Yeah, wings all the way.
We'll have to do one game, I think, at the TI qualifiers where we just do a quadcast. Just YOLO, you know.
No, the whole game is just making predictions and
and laughing and making fun of people who get their predictions
What do you
wrong.
think the next rune will be? A bottom, Draskell? Ha! Got you. It was a regen. What? I think this is going to be bounty.
Maybe.
All right. You got that one right.
No odds. Okay, so we're getting into the game here. Both teams going to get one bounty rune respectively. Looking at the lanes, Old Chicken, we already mentioned playing Drow, likely going to end up in that 1v1 scenario. Maybe even has the Wisp come to help him out against the Queen. This looks like he's still in the area. But what do you think, Lumi? What do you think of the lanes?
seems good.
Seems good.
Yeah.
Thank you for your input.
You're welcome.
Very well said. I guess Super's still kind of here for the time being as well. I mean, they're leaving the Shaker in the off lane versus a Lina and a Slark. It's a lane that can kill him with relative ease, I would say. He's done the standard, like, block his lane off with a fissure, try to get it closer to the tower. He'll be able to get a lot here. I
don't think they actually blocked the pull camp, right? So this is all. Yeah. So this is really all he's gonna get. He's gonna get level 2, maybe check the rune at the 2-minute mark, and maybe gank mid for a bit. But we're gonna see the problem that Cinderin pointed out earlier when we were talking about a Shaker. He's gonna have a hero that really doesn't have a purpose. It feels.
So you don't think that at some point in this game, like if he manages to get up to Arcanes, like before like 15 minutes or something like that, you still think it's just going to be one of those heroes that just kind of sits around and doesn't really do much?
I mean, he could get Arcanes and stuff if his team gives them farm priority, which I'm not sure if they will. Let's TP back to the T1. I almost think that Disruptor is just more valuable as a hero with the item than Shaker. And I'm just really sad that teams are... Oh, actually, hold that thought, because that's a perfect block. There's a slow. He's going to toss him back, but Shaker will be able to catch up thanks to the movement
Roshan
speed.
deny. Roshan deny.
No, he's going to get the punch off. Punch!
No, he doesn't hit him hard enough. Oh! He doesn't do enough damage. The Tango healed him up. He wasn't going to get the last hit.
Actually, Rubik had boots and Shaker does not. So.
Yep.
Well played.
Now Super, showing how powerful he can be. Speaking of, Blink taking a very unfortunate trade. Luckily for him, Old Chicken actually missed twice up on the high ground, so he didn't take even more damage off that.
I think I saw a Slippers of Agility purchase on Drow, so I think he's stacking Wraith Bands.
It's pretty common.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's coming up on the Courier. There you go. There's another one. Although I think he needs a little bit more regen against the Drow as well. Or never mind, the Wisp is.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I think he's fine. It's pretty standard to go like Aquila Wraith Band or Aquila double Wraith Band with treads, and then just build into like S and Y for the mid game. Just so your team has that ridiculous range damage bonus. Like the Viper in the safe lane is going to get pretty much free farm.
Not that he needs any help.
No, he doesn't. But I mean, just being able to secure the last hit's a little bit easier. You'd be surprised how many people just miss like even like 3 or 4 CS in the first 10 minutes.
Yep. So the last time we were watching this kind of matchup, hold that thought. I think he's dead now.
Yeah, he's saving Glimpse for a really long time. Has no TP. Could be the first blood. Wants to get into Fog. Not going to be able to. Glimpse back. And there is your first blood.
Yep.
Getting picked up by LT.
So the last time that when Wings played against a Drow lineup, XCD Slark went for drums first, and then into I think Shadowblade. And we were kind of questioning, at least Owen and I were saying that maybe the drums was not really necessary. How do you feel about drums first in this case?
For Slark?
Yeah.
I think drums are the item that you buy when the enemy team is pressuring you enough to where you need to react. I think that if you wanted to play a Slark against these types of heroes, and they were pressuring you, drums would be a perfectly valid option. I think that Shadowblade is bad against teams that have a tendency to want a 5-man, which I also think the Energy Pacemaker will do at some point, even with a Wisp, just because they have that Drow aura and they have the potential for pushing out really fast. I don't know, I think it has its merits, but most of the time you want to go for like maybe Aquila Treads, just try to farm, max your Dark Pact, then go for either a Shadowblade or like a Blink into Scotty. I think that's pretty much the bread and butter of any Slark.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think drums also could give him a little bit of extra HP, which, I mean, the damage output of EP is going to be very high, in which, you know, the extra 200 health or 100 health will give you perhaps a pounce away.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How is the Queen 17 and 13 when Drow is Drow? And has 8 and 8 CS?
That's a very good question.
Like, how is Blink winning the lane this hard? Even when Old Chicken has a Wisp. I mean, he's not been there 100% of the time.
Look at his damage.
Yeah, he hits for 87.
Yeah.
The Queen still hits for like 74. Is he just missing
CS?
He's got to just be getting outlasted really badly and making inefficient trades. That's like the only way I can see you actually winning or losing this. And he even has a high ground ward. Like, it's actually insane that he could be losing like this.
I mean, Old Chicken generally don't lose lanes like this.
Yep.
So I'm very, very confused as to what happened. Maybe some really advanced micro or aggro tricks from Quap.
He's even skilling, I think, stats, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Quap, the Queen, the Drow.
The Drow, of course, yeah. Well, early game here, Slark already picking up his treads. Viper staying pretty consistent CS with a safe laner, so nothing really too surprising there.
Glimpse back.
Yeah, Super kind of caught out here. He's going to lift on the Viper. Fan being thrown back. I think he's still dead, though. He needs like maybe one more poison attack. It goes through.
Yep.
That's going to be a kill for Fan. So 3-0 for Energy Pacemaker in this early game.
I mean, they generally always start the game well, so...
Solid rotations, getting a couple of kills, maybe getting like a tier 1 or 2.
Yeah, and they always pick very strong laners for Fan as well as Old Chicken, so... It's nothing too surprising, I think. The question is what they're going to do with it. Because this Slark is going to be a big issue eventually, and they don't really have an answer for it apart from just, you know, a good glimpse into a static storm.
My other question would be for him is the Slark timing going to be fast enough to stop Energy Pacemaker from reaching that really scary mid game?
I don't think so if he gets the drums. That's why I think you just need to go for either quick blinks or quick
Shadowblade?
Shadowblade, yeah. Forgot for a second. Actually, getting Silver Edge and breaking the Nether... Oh, that's a free kill. Breaking the Nether Toxin is actually going to be pretty big for the rest of the Wings.
You mean if he goes for Silver Edge?
Yeah. Well, if he's going for Shadowblade, then he's going to definitely go Silver Edge after. A little bit of D-War action on the mid lane. Oh! Surviving 5 HP.
I would actually argue that Silver Edge is better against the Drow than it is the Viper. I mean, sure, removing Corrosive and Nether Toxin is nice, but you take away marksmanship and aura, I mean,
I imagine that if you're gonna get close to her, she loses a lot of her.
She dies anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she loses a lot of the agility bonus, but I still feel like taking it away entirely, and the fact that she gets no bonus damage is still maybe a bigger benefit. And plus, you're going on a Viper. I mean.
So what we're saying is Silver Edge is gonna be good this game.
It is good. Yes, it is definitely good.
So we'll see if he's gonna go for it.
Super kind of just wandering around.
This is how he.
For an aggro ward.
That's how he plays Rubik all the time.
Oh,
just
he placed a ward. Roam. Saw it. They're probably going to de-ward that straight away. That is really unfortunate for Super.
No, they pinged out Ancients. They thought they...
No. He placed a ward before the Rubik was on low ground, and we're going to see a lift here on the old chicken.
Oh no!
Oh, that Sonic Wave, the glimpse back onto Blink. He does actually have his Blink off cooldown. Has a regen rune to his name, so he won't have to go back to base, but that timing, that could not have gone any worse. And that would have been a big kill.
Yeah.
The Queen is now starting to fall behind a little bit in last hits. Like, he's still ahead, but compared to what he had before, he wants to go for this all-in kill anyways. Oh, there's no bottle charges left on the Drow. How could this happen, Lumi? How could you just stand there and die?
Well, you don't have Gus. That's how. He went all stats in Aura.
I guess that makes it even a more difficult question. If you go all stats and 3 Wraith Bands, how do you actually just die to that? Like, he didn't have...
This game makes no sense.
Okay, I'm like super confused right now. The last 2 games have been pretty back and forth. You know, even though Wings won the first game and then EP won the second, they weren't like total stomps either way. There was still a lot of conflict in each of them. I mean,
these games are getting long. There could be that players are starting to lose a bit of focus.
That's true. I mean,
this is not the time to do it, though.
Everything's on the line here for both of these teams.
Well, you're not eliminated, but... By the way, he's going to try to get that D-ward. I think they expected the Ancients to be warded, because they pinged the Ancients as soon as they saw the Rubik leaving from that area, but...
Oh, yeah, they could have assumed Ancients instead of the high ground ward, that's true.
So far, nothing was attempted to be D-ward.
Well, for now, the early game, it's still pretty quiet. Just a lot of solo kills happening, and top lane, we haven't really checked too much on the Darkseer after the first kill that he had against him, but... Angelai still doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's level 6 right now, almost 7. They're even going to send the Queen of Pain after this lane. The question is, do they actually get... Oh, they're sending a lot more than just the Queen. Okay, here we go.
Hopefully she doesn't miss Sonic Wave this time.
Here comes the bait from Angelai. They're going to take it, at least for the start. Blink forward coming in. They're going to be able to take down the Disruptor, no problem.
And I think they should be able to work on this tower for a little bit. Probably can't actually dive that Viper. Yeah, oh, actually, I thought he had mech finish. No, he's just got a headdress. XCD is still free farming, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's expected, right?
Yeah. It's actually kind of surprising that Viper is leading the CS when you have a free farming Slark on the bottom lane.
Drower, man. I'm telling you. I actually think that in the top lane, it's much harder for Angelai to lane than it is for the Shaker.
Yeah, because he has to dodge around the Iron Shouts and stuff.
Well, Glimpse is ridiculous. Right.
Oh,
so I'm saying that the offlaner is having a harder time from Wings than Energy Pacemaker's offlaner.
Yeah. I think EP needs to go for a Roshan sneak. I'd like to see one of the supports get a medallion, smoke into the Roche with Drow, and just
Who gets it though? The Wisp can't really buy it, right?
Maybe the Disruptor. Shaker actually could get it, but obviously he has much more important items to get.
I mean, it would be cool to see, but
yeah,
I kind of doubt that he would be able to put forth that much gold towards anything that is only for a kind of an all-in maneuver. I don't think they're far behind enough to feel like they need to all-in. They're also going to get a glimpse on a JDH here. He's going to go for the immediate teleport out, and will be able to do so.
Smart decision.
One of the downsides of playing a Disruptor when you don't have another support who can stun. Or if you just don't have enough damage. Because I don't think that Fan was in the area. He was kind of walking up the ramp to try to get to him to throw out a Viper Strike, maybe.
I'm personally not a big fan of Bottle on Shaker, especially when you're not playing a very active roaming style. Because in team fights, a lot of times you need burst regen to get off another Fridge Room. And I feel like this is kind of like a waste of 700 gold because you're not fighting much better, you're not ganking much better. Technically you can be with the Bottle, but...
Well, with an Invis and Echo, you can do something, right?
Yes. Let's see if he's going to be actually using it. Oh, there's a glimpse back here against Rubik. They will actually get the kill. I mean, this is why I think that Disruptor is such a powerful hero. How many kills have they got just from
another glimpse? Kill?
That's another kill.
All right, inside the jungle here, we're going to see XD picks out the Wisp.
I think all of the kills they got is from Glimpse. Yeah, every single one of them.
That pick for them has done so much work.
Yeah.
Now, how early on did Wings pick Darkseer? Because I think that the Disruptor was a reactionary pick to the hero.
Second pick?
Yeah, they second picked it. Okay, here comes the Invis. Wait for the Echo. I think he could even solo kill the Queen here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, the Creep Wave is dying, so a lot of the bounce damage
maybe
is less.
not. He only has level 1 enchant, but he has level 3 Aftershock. He's going for the stun lock, gets the fissure off. There's the static storm to follow it up.
That's it.
But it's not quite enough damage. He's going to blink away. Where's the glimpse? He's too far.
1600 cast range. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's so close. Okay, that did not go nearly as well as I thought. I think he didn't have enough mana for enchant. Yeah, he couldn't use the third skill, so instead of being able to stun lock him the entire time, he like needed to echo, bottle charge, fissure, and then enchant to be able to have enough mana.
I mean, that's a perfect example of what I said earlier. You just want burst mana regen.
Yeah, but I mean, he still could have gotten the kills with a bottle, is what I'm saying. Like, even if, I mean, yeah, Arcanes would have been easier because maybe he thought about it, like when he was using his spells to just hit the Arcanes, but being able to just get one bottle charge definitely would have killed both of them.
So I think what happened with the Disruptor is that a lot of Disruptor players like, okay, I'm going to Thunder Strike for the sight, and then I'm going to Glimpse once they're a little bit out of range, but that Quap just covered so much distance. Thanks to that Blink buff. It's this patch, right? She did get a Blink buff.
It was a couple patches ago,
okay.
But yeah, she did receive a lot of buffs. 1300 range.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Slark in the enemy jungle, kind of exactly where he wants to be. And this is also really, really good against a team that relies heavy vision to deny these ganks. Slark will scout those wards, and his teammates will deward him.
I think Slark is one of those heroes that is very rare to see against a lineup like Drow Viper in general, just because it's so often seen.
Because of this, right? He can't do anything about this.
Well, yeah, he can't do anything about this, and also in lane, he's extremely weak. Like, there's a reason why we never see him mid.
Yep.
And if he goes to any other lane but safe, it's going to be with supports who are very good during the early game laning phase. It looks like Super maybe going for the Deny. Unfortunately, they hit way too hard. Not going to be able to get it. Tower going to be dropping here on the side of EP.
I'm going to straight up get a point booster instead of getting Arcane, or at least a Staff of Wizardry for some utility item. This hero with item just does so much.
Oh, it's CD. Gonna go for the immediate TP after the Shadow Dance, preventing the glimpse into the Static Storm. Nice play.
Yep. Because you cannot dispel Glimpse. There's nothing that could dispel Glimpse.
Yeah, it pulls you out of Yules, pulls you out of Phase Shift, pretty much just screws you no matter what, unless you Manta style it, because then you're actually invulnerable. Same thing with Doppelganger. Alright, Old Chicken getting dove behind the tower here. Laguna to follow up the mist on Dragon Slave to be there as well, along with a Fade Bolt. Blink gets that kill. Teleport reaction coming in. It's going to be Fam. JDH going for the immediate TP. It seems really the weakness of their draft is just teleport scrolls at this point. Queen going up to the high ground here. Going to throw out a Shadow Strike and a Scream. He gets Viper Struck. I think he's going to die to the damage before the TP actually goes off. Oh, he barely lives. Slark coming in. He actually gets caught out by an Echo Slam into an enchant and a Fissure. Looks like he didn't have his Dark packed up or his Shadow Dance that time. Angel making his way out of the team fight. Glimpse was up, but I do not believe they had vision.
I think killing the Slark was huge, but like you said, EP just can't get kills because Wings just straight up TP out. They have, what, 2 ways to cancel it? 3 if you count Enchant Totem or Echo Slam.
I mean, the Shaker has 3 ways. The Disruptor has 1.
Yeah, pretty much it.
But still, that
now
was...
if he has an Aghanims.
Okay, true. That's true. I think he probably would go Aghanims eventually in this game as well.
I sure hope so. It's so good against Queen of Pain.
And Slark too.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught out by the Storm right away, and like say you get fissured, it gives time for the field to go up, and then you just can't pop BKB and you just die.
Yep.
It's a very, very strong.
So I believe Roshan is being started here by EP, and they definitely have the damage to do it. Yeah, Fan should just tank it for the Drow.
Yeah, Mask of Madness. Something that we don't see super often anymore. Not like last patch where it was almost every single game.
I feel it's very dangerous to get Mask of Madness against this Wings lineup though.
I think it is dangerous in the sense that the Slark and the Queen, maybe even the Lina, have the opportunity to blow you up. But I also think maybe they could have gotten Roshan without the Mask of Madness, but it does help. Like just having that item that allows you to get that pushing speed just a little bit faster. Shaker also now with the Blink Dagger at just 16 minutes as an offlane.
Yeah. EP is overall playing really well in this first about 15-16 minutes. They're getting the key items they need. Shaker done with Blink. They have a... Quap is also doing well though with the Aghanims almost being finished. How do you feel this game is going to shape in the next 5 to 10 minutes?
I think if Wings manage to delay it to ultra late game, the Slark will just carry.
Yeah.
And the Queen as well.
I don't think he'll get there.
But I think Energy Pacemaker have the opportunity to just straight up end the game.
Yeah.
Like, I think their lineup actually has that much fighting potential, especially with a Shaker having the Blink. Like, if they get 1 or 2 good engagements into tier 2 pushes with the help of their Aegis,
this
I
could
think
be
they
it,
can
mid.
just...
Like, if you echo both the supports, here comes
Alright,
a Blink,
goes for an
enchant, Fissure, trying to block a little bit. Echo could just get the kill, but looks like they won't want to use it. Right now, the Lina kind of stuck there in the middle. Meanwhile, Slark coming, trying to do a little bit of Static Storm, not hitting anybody, but the Glimpse back. It's going to be the kill, I believe. No, there's a little bit of Magic Wand up. I will say we'll hit on Fan, though. Fan does have the mech. He should be absolutely fine. There you go. Getting a whole bunch of HP back. Slark pouncing back in, not connecting there. Echo is going to get used on 2 heroes. My goodness. That's 2 more kills. Can they get at the high ground Glimpse? He's trying to Dark Packs. They have Vision. Glimpse is going to come back in. He's going to have to Shadow Dance to protect himself a little bit, but this Shaker doing a lot of work. No enchant there. And he TP's out, but 4 heroes dead. EP looking for high ground.
Okay, so that actually went way worse for Wings than I thought it would. The Echo coming in from the Shaker was absolutely massive to stop 2 heroes from being able to act at all.
Yeah.
And they even lost, I think it was Super at the start of the fight. I mean, even the Queen didn't get to do anything, so Blink pretty much not able to add anything in terms of contribution, and not having buybacks this early is pretty common, so 18 minutes. Energy Pacemaker looking to go high ground, teleport coming in from JDH.
Glimpse back! Oh my goodness.
Still waiting for his ultimate to come off cooldown. There is going to be a lift, but with the Mask of Madness, it doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. XCD trying to force Energy Pacemaker back, but they just don't care. They get the melee Rex.
Well, they're going to probably get a kill. Draw Ranger now just running out there. She still has Aegis.
That's, oh, the mech timing. Alright, I think they need to chase this.
By the way, I just have to credit the fact that Shaker has not given away Fissure once to Rubik. And obviously you could easily enchant Totem after every Fissure, but just good heads up.
Do you know what I love about this game?
Yeah.
The fact that Synderen was hating so hard on Shaker and he's actually winning the game for his team. Well, maybe not winning it for his team, but he's done very well.
He did really well in that fight. Yeah. To me, the MVP right now is Disruptor.
I have to rip on Synderen because I love him. You know, it's an affection thing.
Well, enchant Totem, Fissure, but he blinks it and chase. This is like
this is low speed chasing right now.
Yeah. I mean, it could be high speed if we watch all the frames.
All the frames are for noobs, Lumi. We only need like 1/5 of the frames 1/5 of the time. So I guess that's 1 in 25, right? Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Fractions are hard. So Slark, maybe he's going for the BKB rush. Maybe he just feels super unsafe and trying to go into the team fight against the Shaker, against a Disruptor so early. Even just having a Shadow Blade, he could very easily just get caught out and die.
Yeah, it seems like, especially against the Static Storm, the BKB first is very valid. It also allows you to kind of spread the Darkseer damage through the Iron Shell. I don't think that EP is going to be focusing on kind of right-clicking the Slark. So the BKB is actually going to protect him for quite a bit.
We'll see if he's able to make anything happen with it, as right now it's 20 minutes in and Wings are down to Rax, a team that I even personally thought were going to take the series 2-1. So if it goes the way of Energy Pacemaker, a lot of people were talking about how this team was somebody, or a group of 5 who overperformed maybe. Like got to a point in the TI qualifiers that not a lot of people were expecting them to get to. And now they're looking to take down one of the other favorites in Wings.
Still overperforming, perhaps?
Maybe not overperforming anymore. After a while, it becomes an expected level, right?
I guess so. And they're going to look to Siege Tier 2, Shaker all his stuff up. I believe...
God, he is so farmed, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Like, Blink Force at 20 minutes? I mean, yeah, killing the Rax gives you a pretty good influx of gold, but... I mean, he's higher net worth than than most everyone that's not a core.
He's definitely higher net worth than Darkseer, which is impressive, considering that Darkseer farms much faster.
Yeah.
Here we go, T2. Not going to get defended at all.
I think it's the right call, though. I don't think Wings can fight an open field. This Slark needs BKB before Energy Pacemaker goes high ground.
There's that.
Blink just finishes up his Aghanims, so that's really good. But he's still quite a ways away from that BKB. Still needs around 800 more.
Right, Wings is calling for a flank from the north side.
Aegis faded. That's actually good for Wings.
Good war being dropped.
Okay, which one went down first?
They all went down first. Drop's gonna get used.
Okay.
They're gonna jump in now. Surge. They're looking for a vacuum. Vacuum LSA. Can we get a static storm on top? BKB has to be used by Fan. And in fact, they're actually glimpsed back into where they came from. On the back line here, Slark being forced to jump away. Nobody dies, but
well, we're missed opportunity again. Did the static storm actually not hit anything, or was that just perfect world?
Perfect world. It hit the Lina as well as the Darkseer as they were coming in.
All right. Well.
Glimpse.
See one glimpse onto Fan. Doesn't look like the Pounce made contact there.
The only
walk away.
The only downside for EP is that they actually used their BKB on Viper and Echo Slam, and they're deciding to still keep on pushing with it.
I think they're just a lot stronger. Like seeing the Stark not having a BKB. I mean, look at this tower. It's almost dead already.
Yeah.
It's at like 10% health. Might get denied. See if Wings are able to do so. Actually have no idea who got it. I'm expecting Fan. Yep, there we go.
Wings is like, why are we dealing with this again? I thought this ain't happening on game 3.
It's happening even faster than it did in the second game.
Yeah.
It took 37 minutes for Energy Pacemaker to win the second game.
That's some wide drow. Main and Frost.
Oh, it's all level 2 Frost arrows.
Yeah.
Did they change? I think they changed the scaling, right? Yeah, okay, it's 15% difference at every level. It used to be where like the 4th point was so much better than every other point that most every drow had to max it. But nowadays you can actually split your points a little bit better because each level of Frost Arrows has the equal level effectiveness. The more you know.
Them actually backing up surprises me a bit because like you said, there's no BKB on Slark. So they could have actually forced the issue quite a bit. But now...
He bought Blink twice and sold it. Sorry, I was confused.
Yeah, buy, sell, buy. Does he really need the Blink, though?
No, he sold it again, I think. Oh, no, he does have it.
Yeah, it's coming. I guess you just, like, blink in and force the fight to happen, but...
I think when you're in such a strong position, having a Blink Dagger means that anytime, like, the Lina or the Rubik are caught outside of the base, or maybe even the Queen, if he doesn't throw a dagger on you before he blinks away, you can just follow him. Like, you can just get a Viper Strike, blink forward, just keep giving him the glorp, and then he just dies.
Great ward by Wings on the low ground. Not going to get scouted. Perfect vision. Exactly what they need. But let's see if vision is enough to actually stop this. Glimpse back here. Going to go on Fan. Fan still has a BKB.
It's a very risky situation. They do manage to steal the Viper Strike, though. I want to say that's one of the first times this game Super has gotten it. I know he's still in Glimpse a handful of times, and he might have gotten Fissure, but Viper Strike is so good to steal.
And so easy to steal. Surprised that he hasn't actually gone for it. XDD on the front lines. Very, very slow push from EP. Patience, well.
The thing is, if anybody ever gets out of position even once, then the Disruptor can just glimpse them back into a guaranteed kill, or the Shaker can go in for a Blink Echo. And then it's just, you either have to buy back if you're Wings, or you potentially lose another set of racks. And at 25 minutes, they don't have the heroes to deep-push it.
This could be big. They're looking to fight right now. Darkseer has the Blink. If they could get Vacuum and LSA, here comes the wall. It hits on everybody. They just blow up the Wisp immediately. BKB gets used. The mech came out late. Static Storm looks like it really got nobody except the Darkseer, but Darkseer has really done his job. And they're chasing. Slark going to work, actually misses the Pounce. Not sure if they want to focus on Fan. It's time to back up here. LSA Echo hits on 3! Oh my goodness! And the push goes the other way. Queen of Pain dies. And Slark is the only one alive. Well, Darkseer is healing as well. I think that's going to be another lane of racks.
That Echo, though. Honestly, like, what more could you have asked for him in that situation? Looks like they were tunnel visioning a bit too hard, trying to get more value out of chasing them out of the base. Are they really going to try to go all in here? A couple of auto attacks landing on XCD, blink forward, vacuum onto one. Old Chicken going to pop that Mask of Madness and run away. Here comes the silence. I think that was one auto attack missed up high ground by the Drow. They're going to go in for the melee racks. And July wants to go back in. He does have that Blink Dagger. Kinetic Field trying to zone out the side of Wings so they can get more damage on the racks. They might lose a Disruptor. Glimmer Cape is popped. Still very tense situation. Can they keep the melee racks alive? Everyone's kind of getting low here, just sitting on the front line. Viper Strike stolen once again by this Rubik. Cast on Old Chicken inside of the base. Fissure comes out to try to help him. Injuly going to be the first one to drop, and it looks like Slark is going to quickly be following suit. Teleport in, coming in from the Queen. As ulti available, throws it out, only hits on the Wisp.
No.
It's not enough damage. He gets silenced up. Blink forward and a chant from the Shaker. Doesn't even need it. Gets the kill.
GG.
Good game. Well played. Energy Pacemaker take the series 2-0.
Those Echo Slams. Those Echo Slams from Shaker. Holy.
Okay, so I gotta be totally honest. I actually thought that Wings would be able to defend and just win the game because they had Slark late game.
Yep.
Like, that's what I actually thought was gonna happen. But in the end, it seems like the rarer form of the Shaker in the off lane ended up getting a lot out of his off lane, and then he had that Blink Dagger.